Hi, I'm Neha. I bring over 13 years of experience in business intelligence and data warehousing. I am starting this YouTube journey to help new engineers stepping into this field. My goal is to simplify concepts around SQL, ETL, and related tools and technologies so that beginners can easily grasp the fundamentals of business intelligence and build a strong foundation. I will begin by covering the basics of SQL, laying a strong foundation before moving on to advanced SQL concepts. I will also introduce you to some open source platforms where you can practice and sharpen your SQL skills. Once we are comfortable with SQL, we will dive into various data engineering topics, exploring tools, techniques, and real world use cases to help you grow in this field. I have prepared this presentation wherein we will be beginning by covering the basics of SQL. Let's start with the first slide. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. In simple terms, SQL is the language we use to communicate with a database. We use it to retrieve, insert, update, and manage data. Now, what exactly is a database? At a basic level, it's a place where useful information is stored in tables, much like a well-organized spreadsheet. Don't worry if you're new to this. I will also be covering the fundamentals of databases in upcoming videos. Why one should learn SQL? If by any chance you are planning to get into data roles, for example, data engineer, data analyst, data scientist, data architect, SQL is a must-have skill. It is simple yet very powerful language. SQL integrates with many tools and technologies like Python, Excel, Power BI, and cloud platforms, making it extremely versatile in real-world applications. It is foundation of data handling. Let me explain you the basic syntax of SQL query with an example. Here you have this table which has columns employee ID, employee name, employee department, and employee salary. The name of the table is employee, and the data that it holds are called as rows. So if you want to fetch all the data from table, which includes all the columns and all the rows, then the query would be select star from employee. Select is used to choose the columns we want to see the data for. From will tell us from which table we want to fetch the data, and where will tell us if we want to filter out this data based on a certain condition. So when you say select star, it will select all the columns of the table. For selecting only the specific columns, you type only those specific columns after the select clause. For example, if you want to select only employee name, employee department, and employee salary, then you can write the query as select EMP name, EMP department, EMP salary from employee. Now let's discuss where clause in detail, which is nothing but filtering out the data. So in simple terms, where you don't want to select all the data from a table and you need only some part of it which is required by your client, by the business, or for your reporting purpose, then you use where clause. The common comparison operators that you can use with where are equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, like, not like, and between. Here I have taken the example of same employee table. Uh, Now let's see how where condition is applied while writing the queries. If you see the first query here, it is selecting all rows from the employee table where salary is greater than 1000. So this query will return the data for EMP ID 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Similarly, the second query will select all the data from the table where employee salary is greater than 1000 and the salary is less than 3000. So if you see the data, this will return only one record, which will be for employee ID 2, because the salary of employee ID 2 is 2000, which is greater than 1000, but it is less than 3000. In the third query, we are using like operator in the where clause. So we are asking the database to return all the records where employee name is like KIT. If you see the data here from the table, you will know that it will return only the data from employee ID 3 because for the employee ID 3, employee name is Ankit. And if you see in Ankit, the name ends with KIT. Similarly, I have given examples of other operators. I will take up all the other operators in detail in next videos. Thank you.